not throwing me off.
All right. We already know what the plan is and what the objective is. At the end of the day, it's all about the knowledge and the word. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are helping me deal with the extra. As long as you stay locked in on that, we good.
We need you to know, brother. But we gotta make sure brothers know what the objective is. That brother didn't know.
I was trying to talk to him.
Yeah. So
But
that's the
he wasn't in, that's why I was trying to tell you, he came in on the tail end of a conversation, and we're literally talking about Jew and Jewish. Hey, if you're Jewish, we don't have no problem with you.
I got problems.
It's okay. No, listen. If you indulge in the culture of being Jewish, ish, I-S-H, at the end of the word Jew. Why do they put that on there? Right? Because either you might be a little bit of it, some piece of it, but you're not all the way.
We just having a conversation. Brother.
So it's Jewish. Like I could be,
brother. We set up so that we can teach, bro. We dedicate our time and our days, our lives to studying, so that we can feed the sheep, brother. So you gotta engage with us or try to kind of show some discipline. So what you were saying about we shouldn't have a problem with the Jewish people? You saying that?
No, what I'm saying is, I don't want to go that deep, but what I'm saying is, there's Jew and there's Jewish. Whether it's cool that you Jewish is a conversation to be had, right? Amongst real Jews, real Jews. That's a conversation to be had. Like, hey, these people like our way of life. They want to, you know what I'm saying? Do we turn them away?
Well, this is
or
let's get
is it or is it one of those things where like, hey, you're not no real Jew. You could be Jewish, but you're not over here on this side of being a Jew.
There's a time and a place for everything. Like there's a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. The scriptures say that we got to separate from our enemies and take heed of our friends. Right. So we're not going to be able to put them in the culture the right way until we're where we're supposed to be.
Where we need to be.
What Christ said, he said you can't set a candle under a bush and expect it to light the way that it's supposed to light, right?
Brother, I got one question.
Hold on. We still answering this question.
Yeah.
We good though. We here for you, brother. We just got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bring that out. So this is what it looks like when they come to the realization of what's going on in the world and when things are going to be the right way.
The book of Isaiah, the 61st chapter, the first verse. The spirit the spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
So we're supposed to preach the gospel, but to who? The meek. Right, go ahead.
He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives.
We the captives. Them Jewish folks, they ain't captives. So we supposed to be preaching to them. That's the focus, go ahead.
And the opening of the prisons to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn.
So vengeance has to be put on these nations so that we could be comforted, right? Because justice has to come full circle. So, you know, right now, they can't really come to our culture because they're doing something called Judaism. Judaism, you follow Talmudic practices and things like that. They're not following the Torah, so they have to be under our foot, learning our way. Get Zechariah 8, the last verse. Zechariah 8 in the last verse, and then we'll answer your question, brother.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 8 and verse 23.
So this is after we get salvation, after we get that comfort. Watch. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew.
And then they're going to say what?
The skirt of him that is a Jew.
Hold on. Basically this, right? This is called the hem of our garment. They call that a skirt. Okay. Back in the day, we wore long robes, so that would be the end of that garment. But it's saying all the men of all the languages from all around the world, they're going to just hold on to, they're going to cleave on to us,
they're going to hang on to you.
Exactly.
Basically saying they're going to hang on to you because you who they need to hang on to.
Right, they're going to want your sauce,
We pushing the culture.
Right, watch this. Go ahead. It's going to prove it. Go ahead.
Saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you.
me? So one thing got to happen first. So right now we got to identify that they stole our culture, right? Because Luke 21:24 says we was going to be led away captive to all nations, and then that the heathen were going to be possessing our land until their time is fulfilled. When their time is fulfilled, they're going to have to pay a hefty price. They're going to have to go into slavery the way we did.
Right.
Right? That's a part of the covenant we have with God.
But
right?
Can I ask you a question? I know you had a question, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna let you build.
One more question.
Yeah, he got one more question. Yeah, go ahead.
God damn it, I lost it. Hold on. No. Look.
Hold on. While you thinking your question, let him get his out, and then we'll come back.
Damn it.
Yeah, we here, bro. We here. It's all good.
Look, I got some real stiff questions.
All right.
Okay.
Religious, that's cool. What's up with the army?
The army? What you mean?
Where the army?
U.S. Army?
What you mean, where the army?
The army of Israelites.
Get Ezekiel 37.
No, I see now you're doing. I didn't say in the book.
I'm answering you.
Where the army is.
I'm answering you. We the army. The army is where the men of the Lord at. What we gotta realize is that we're not gonna be trampling these Gentiles by the millions. The Most High said he's gonna raise up 144,000. That's a little bit compared to all the niggas and Hispanics in the world.
I know, but what you mean we're not gonna be trampling by the millions? How we gonna get them done?
What I'm saying is, it's not gonna be a million of us doing the trampling. No, it's gonna be 144,000. It's gonna be 144,000 of us.
Be a million casualties?
It's gonna exceed a million.
Well, what's happening?
I'm telling you.
When is it gonna pop out?
You gotta wait. It's happening right now.
Wait.
You got
now. See, that's where
if you don't got patience to listen, brother, you ain't gonna
I got patience to listen, but I don't got patience to go to war.
So you gotta listen. You gotta listen.
Some of these prophecies been coming through though.
To go to war.
Some of these prophecies been coming through though.
Yeah, they have.
I'm starting from 1.
You can read the end of the.
So if you want the answer, brother, the answer's coming.
You see what's going on right now?
Hey, brother. Remember what we just said?
He finna tell us when we gotta go to war. He finna tell us when we gotta go to war.
Start from 1 and then read down to they stood up on.
Okay, guys. The book of Ezekiel, 31st chapter, the first verse. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out of the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
So this prophecy is a similitude of what's happening today, right? We in the valley of dry bones. Right. What does it mean, dry bones? It's talking about a people that's destitute of their heritage, their knowledge, and the commandments of their God, right? When you talk about water in the Bible, there's a strong history. The word Torah comes from the word Dawara. The root is water.
Okay.
Rock.
Go ahead.
So the dry bones is people that's destitute of the Torah. Right, so go ahead.
Verse 9, I'm skipping down.
Oh, I like how you broke
Then
that
said
down.
he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man.
So we got to prophesy to the wind. We got to let the wind carry our voice out, right? That's a similitude of what's happening with online. There's wisdom increasing in these days to where you can't hide from the fact that who the real Israelites are, right? So that's what we're doing. Go ahead.
And say to the wind, thus saith the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon the slain that they may live.
First, we got to breathe upon the slain so they can live. If you don't come back to the knowledge of who you are, you can't fight on behalf of the Most High. So that as a process, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You got to wait. First thing is first.
So
I know he.
Hold on.
You know what he talking about? You know what he talking about?
He wants to know what
he talking about, like how like the United States, they got an army.
They don't wait.
Them niggas.
They don't wait to go to
my
war.
language.
They don't wait.
Hold on, baby.
No one waits to go to war but the black man. Why we wait? We've been waiting.
Why? Hold on. If you got a better idea, why are you waiting? Is the question.
You know what?
Where's your army at? Because what I'm telling you is that the Most
High street niggas and everybody's strapped.
All right, so where y'all at with? Y'all been strapped. And guess what? You've been pointing them at each other. Hold on. It's crazy, right? You have to run the Torah, right? Hold on. You gotta learn the Torah. Hey, everybody chill. So we gotta learn the Torah, right? Because the minute the white man's out the way, because what happens when you come up against somebody just because y'all got a common interest? Once that common interest is out the way, you're gonna be back at odds. So we gotta agree on one particular platform.
But we gotta go up under the Torah.
That's right.
Where did the Torah
because the Torah
break down the Torah again like you just did. I want to hear it one more time.
I want to ask you a question and everybody a question. Where did the Torah derive?
It come from us.
When you say us, be specific.
It
come from the Meta.
No,
it come from ancient Egypt. It come from Maya. It come from the 42 principles of Maya.
What does spell 700 say about fucking a little boy in his ass? Because that's in there. Spell 700 in the Medu Netter.
In the
Egyptian
not
text,
at all.
there's a spell
Not
700.
At all. The white man lied to you.
No, there's a spell 700 that said, yeah, fuck this son in the ass and got spiritual enlightenment.
Not in the meta-net.
Look it up.
Wait, not at all.
Look it up.
Total perversion.
Look, it's too much going on. It's too much going
Total
on.
perversion of our real consciousness.
Hold on.
The Romans.
He wanna build on the question that you asked. So what I said was, you didn't find the Torah in the Medu-Neter, and we didn't find it in the negative confessions.
So don't the Torah mean Torah?
Hold on. It don't mean two Ra either, because it's two different languages.
Ra was the supreme deity in Egypt.
It's two different languages. The Egyptian language and the Hebrew language were not similar. So you can't do that. What you're using is Roman transliteration to equate two words that aren't related. So the phonetics of it don't mean that it means the same thing.
It do have
So he was saying that the Torah comes from the Medu-Neter. I'm saying that's a contradiction because the Torah says you can't commit homosexuality. The Egyptians were heavy in the homosexuality.
Hold up, if you want to go into the Talmud and the Torah, it's all kind of homosexuality.
But we don't deal with the Talmud. We don't deal with the Talmud. Well, we rebuke the Talmud.
And
the Talmud don't come from the Torah.
I never heard of the Talmud. Can y'all tell me what it is?
So the Talmud is a document that we fashioned in the Babylonian captivity in collaboration with some heathen. That's what the Talmud.
Babylonians. So that was later after Jesus.
It's a Jewish.
That was why we was in captivity.
Oh no, that was before Jesus. That was before Jesus. Babylonian era.
So when I said Judaism, that's what they're using now, is the Talmud. That's not Torah.
So the Talmud got some throw shit.
The Talmud, yeah, it got real throw. Real bad shit in there.
I ain't never, I be hearing the Talmud, but I ain't never, like, you know, I never seen it or nothing like that. So I don't know what it's in it.
What about?
So he had a question next, so let's get in order. Go ahead, brother.
And what about effing the dude on the little boy in the ass? Explain to me.
So in spell 700, one of the prominent men in Egypt at that time sodomized his son. It said he copulated in his buttocks, meaning he busted a nut in his son's ass. Look, I'm telling you to look it up because that's not my.
Son,
Hey,
you just stop
it's
talking
there.
over me. I'm trying to get information. Y'all two went first.
Yeah, when brothers ask a question, let's all do that. So yeah, spell 700. If you look it up, it talks about a man copulating in his son's ass. That's a direct contradiction of Torah. Plus, if you look on the walls of Egypt, I can show you pictures of sodomy in Egypt. Grown men is wrestling butt naked, and they doing the shit they ain't supposed to. Stop. That's Torah. It's Torah. You're not supposed to do that stuff. But in Egypt, they doing it on their walls. That's in Egypt. Rome, they was doing it too. They had bathhouses where they walked around naked. They were sodomizing little boys. It's called predation. Sodomy in the walls of Egypt. He's gonna look up the picture evidence and show you.
And
I'm gonna finish answering the question.
And that was a small time when they invaded.
We talking about Egypt. You don't, for real, you think they were doing like that?
Didn't the white man invade Egypt and occupy Egypt for a couple dynasties?
He did.
Well, that's the dynasty.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie because it's dark-skinned niggas on them walls fucking each other in the ass in Egypt, bro. We gotta get over it. We gotta get over it.
After Alexander the Great,
and spell 700 is long before Alexander the Great. See, we wanna put sodomy on the white man all the time, but Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed way before the white man came on the scene, and they was doing the homosexual.
Yeah, so we know they came from over there anyway.
The white man's the most vile beast there is, but that wicked ass spirit been in the earth since before they came around. Prominence. So he's gonna show you sodomy on the walls of Egypt.
So,
there's a god named Hopi.
He really did that to his son?
Who is the god of homosexuality? This is in Egypt. Show him to
his son?
Yeah.
Let me take a picture of it.
What y'all saying is that's where it started?
That's it. No. We just saying it did take place in Egypt because this where'd the brother go? He said the Torah. Yeah, brother, this is the significance. He said the Torah came from the negative confessions of my eye. I told him the Torah didn't come from Egypt because they didn't teach the same beliefs as the Torah. The Torah teaches no homosexuality. Egypt was embracing it. Egypt was embracing that a woman could dress up like a man, but the Torah says you can't because they had women pharaohs.
But then they started homosexual stuff like after
they did.
That's when you know what's not the Romans. What was before the Romans? After the Greeks and stuff started coming, yeah,
Greeks
started doing that.
Greeks popularized it around the world, but it was already in the earth. Which is why we had to have commandments to tell us not to be following the other nations who do that stuff. So the reason we touch on it is just because he said.
But it's just hard for me, like, cause
Get your homeboy to come see
I'm cool
though.
with Egypt.
Get your homeboy to come see.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Egypt.
Hey, my brother, I got that evidence for you.
I love Egypt though.
I don't want to.
Hold on. This is a question I got to ask first.
Every hotel in America got one in the
One at a
drawer.
time, one at a time. We want to show the brother the evidence because we said if we don't want to say nothing, we can't.
It's not evidence. You're going to show me a retranslation conspiracy that the white man put out there.
It's not writing. It's not writing. It's a drawing. It's a drawing done
Just
by the
like he
people.
told us we was Africa when we really was Native Americans and got every nigga talking about they African Americans.
Oh, that's the smoke.
That's what's on the walls.
I got smoke with the Native Americans.
You know the God Hopi?
Who's to say that that's a man that he fucking from the back?
Native Americans.
You don't look like a man.
There's a God Hopi. Are you familiar with Hopi or Hopi in Egyptian?
I'm familiar with the Hopi Indians.
Brothers. I can hear y'all over here. Look, this is supposed to. This isn't just about us. This is about everybody that's all learning from here. So one at a time.
You know about Isis, Osiris, Horus, and Set, the real pantheon of gods. Now show me some flaw up in that.
What about it? What do you say?
That's where it all originate from. That's where your Jesus come
How do you
from.
say that?
Because Horus was the original virgin birth.
But guess what? Jesus is not a virgin birth. When you read in the Bible, it don't say that he's
Why
a
is
virgin birth.
Jesus' whole
It
life
is
copied
lineage.
from Horus?
Jesus,
Isis.
who the world called Jesus, had a lineage. Lineage means
But
you had a
you do
dad.
agree, right, that
No,
it is
I
copied from
don't.
Isis,
It's not.
Y'all
Osiris,
telling
and
me?
Horus.
Hold on.
Y'all telling me
Look,
Mary got
hold on.
smashed?
Hold on.
Mary is Isis. There wasn't no such thing as Mary. Mary never existed.
Oh, wow.
Mary never existed.
Listen, Matthew 1 and 16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 1 and verse 16. And Jacob begot Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Yahushua.
Read that again.
And Jacob begat Joseph, the son of Mary, of whom was born Yahushua.
So it says he begot him. It says that he begot him. When you go into the language, it says that Jesus was begotten. If you read about the Holy Spirit over
By
by
God?
Joseph,
So yeah, it was, yeah,
God's
of
not
course.
going, God's Holy Spirit's not going to
I
hold
did
us.
So y'all telling me Joseph did smash?
We believe that.
I hate to say it like that.
Because he got, no, it's good. Because we got to talk about it in a real way. It's not no spooky.
So
You know who
Joseph
came,
did
you know who came
smash.
before
Hold
Jesus?
on. Who's next? Y'all doing too goddamn much.
You want to prove it to him?
Not.
No, I want to go to another. I want to build on something else.
Hold on.
That's not cold, right?
Yes. The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 3. Concerning the Son, let me say his name as it's written, Jesus Christ our Lord, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh.
Now, what's important about the word seed in the Greek, it comes from the word sperma, which is what the word spermazoa come from, which is what sperm come from. So he's from the sperm of David. The woman ain't got no sperm. The white man teaches that because what he wanted to do was integrate different religions. This is why they're able to have universal Christianity. The purpose of religions is to make a bunch of people that don't agree shut the hell up and be quiet together. You know what I'm saying? So you could easily rule over them. So that was the whole purpose of universal Christianity.
Or non-denominational.
There you go, like you just
What they say today.
So who had another question? One at a time.
All right.
We can all learn.
Let's talk about
So,
esoteric.
hold on. I'm finna get on your end about this Native American shit.
What was your question?
Okay. So my problem is these Native Americans in America. Okay.
Niggas in my tribe died at 26.
They are saying that they're not African.
26 is the whole thing.
They've been here.
So what's up? And you ain't got no stank about
They
it?
can't go. They don't give us nothing past Egypt.
Smoke? We
Okay,
still here?
if we ask for some ancient shit, all they can tell us is stuff from slavery. Who?
Gay people still here, my nigga.
The Native Americans
Hey,
or
these niggas
people
ain't never
who
put no
represent
provocation
the
on no
Native
shit.
Americans. They
We're
call
talking about
themselves
hell and damnation
aboriginals or
forever, right?
aborigine
Right.
and all this stuff.
Okay,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
let's get that right, though. Let's go get the
Indigenous.
thing, though, right now.
You know what I'm saying? But where does the word in
You don't want to go
the
there. You already
only
know what that honestly is,
indigenous place in the
right? Your ass
world
is burnt.
is Africa?
We already burnt.
What you mean?
Because
We was burnt.
now it's a theory. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say like this solid, but what I'm saying is there is a theory that
Now what's up?
life started in Africa and people migrated out.
Yeah, Darwin
Sure,
said
why
we
not?
come from monkeys.
You know what I'm saying?
come in
So through time, we got new races out of the intermingling of, you know, everything going on. You know what I'm saying? But the original African man was the first man only and created everything we got going on right now.
So let's deal with African man. Hold on. When you deal with the word,
No, I know
hold
that
on, real quick.
they got over 5
Hold on, brother. Hold on. When you deal with the word African, where does that come from?
So I know that African is just like,
Because in the wild, you
so,
get your ass beat. Like,
you know what I'm
hey,
saying?
but you're not wild, are you?
bro.
You a fucking
But
you.
I showed you my ID.
Fucking shit.
So I can tell you, I go further than saying I'm African. So, because when you really out there, they don't say they African. A nigga will say, I'm Nigerian, or I'm Kenyan,
Hold on.
or I'm
Hold on,
whoop-de-whoop. They don't say.
I'm gonna pause you because it's getting confusing. So I asked you what the word Africa comes from for a reason, right?
Okay.
The word Africa comes from a Hebrew word, afar.
Okay.
Now, who did the original Hebrews come from? Is Mesopotamia. That's not in Africa,
Right.
But it's in a hot region.
It's in that
So
area.
the people who created afar are Hebrew roots. So to say original African man is kind of like, you know, where do those people come from? There's a migration that took place before that.
See, this is
So
where
it's
the
a
confusion
flawed
comes.
presentation.
This is where the confusion comes with me, because I'm totally Hebrew Israelite, right? But when even I look at the Bible and I read it,
You join
they
in?
talk about Egypt. When they
Y'all
talk about
you gonna join
Egypt, it's like Egypt been there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
about the
saying?
word.
It
Yeah.
ain't like they
How you
grew
doing,
up
brother?
together.
Good. How you doing? Hey, brother,
Okay.
you gotta deal with us so we can deal with you.
No.
Because we don't want to disrupt and take it away from everybody. Everybody need to be able to get edified. Right?
Man, this is my first time.
You
doing
good?
this.
You good?
All right, so
we here for you.
basically what I'm saying is like, so Egypt, right, has been here for a long time.
It been big
You know what I'm
talking shit,
saying?
bro. Like nobody, everybody ignoring them ass, man. Like
I can understand.
like
What
that.
I can say is I can understand the confusion. What, right? The confusion of where they think that the Hebrew Israelites is taken from what they put down, and we just remixed it and put it our own way. And you know what I'm saying?
The
Because
confusion
that's how they
come from
feel.
Christianity. That's where
That's
the
how they
confusion
feel.
comes from.
The
confusion comes
Commissions
from
feel like,
Christianity.
hey, y'all remixed our shit and y'all turned it into this and that and whoop-de-whoop and yada yada yada.
You said the commissions. Now let's deal with that. How come everybody that confesses Kemet, right? How come they only claim Egypt?
All right, man.
Right? The word
Yeah.
Kemet is what the word Ham comes from. There's a whole nation of people that come from Ham, right? So how come they don't claim Ethiopia? They only claim Egypt.
That was the next thing I was about to tell you. So I can tell you that I'm Nigerian, right? But also I can tell you I'm Yoruba. That's my tribe. That's my tribe. We don't bang nation or nationality. We bang our tribe. See what I'm saying? Yoruba.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah. Big sisters like this big in real life.
What's y'all thought with like, as far as with the LGBTQ stuff, what's y'all thought of how the government is putting in certain food
Like Johnson,
that
with fake
feminize
Johnson.
black men and stuff
With the
like
fake
that? You know what I'm saying?
They
So,
lining
out the Bible.
canned foods
Okay,
with it.
so when
They
you got
lining
Johnson
baby
out the
bottles
Bible,
with it.
and Matthews out the
They
Bible.
putting soy in
And
every
the
goddamn
Johnson out
thing
the Bible.
because that
Okay.
decreases the man's ability to make what is called testosterone.
Right.
So it's
babies
definitely
too,
an
huh?
agenda. Yeah, because they want to get you when you're young, so your development is stagnated. Because when you deal with it, back in the day, the scientific community, they had a word for homosexuality, and basically what they said was it was a developmental issue that takes place in the womb, because you're supposed to develop the woman's clitoris is what develops into a penis if the man's chromosomes dictate that it's going to be a boy. So there's supposed to be a developmental issue in the mind with a child that has affinity towards a man. So they had it in a book of mental disorders. Now they take it out of there. But guess what? They're going to take pedophilia out of there too and call it pedosexuality as opposed to pedophilia. But so it's a sexual development disorder. Exactly.
They go to the elementary schools, middle school, anything.
Yeah,
all right, yes, sir.
That's all. You know what? That's
Hold
all.
on. Get the
talk
perspective.
about.
All right, and so And so do you all just, if you see
And whatever you drop,
how
your
people
shit,
that's
take that shit
homosexual, do y'all just
whatever
throw
shit
them
your bitch
away
ass
as a
drop,
whole, or
take
can
that
they
shit
be
with you.
redeemed?
And
You
your
know what
mama
I'm saying?
too.
Like,
Well, look,
how does it
look.
work?
The law works like this. We're gonna talk about the law and we're gonna talk about grace. In the law, if you lay with a man and you a man, you're supposed to be put to death. Period. We're dealing with grace right now, so our job is to call our brothers and sisters to repentance. So that's what we do. We try to get out of shit. Call them to repentance. And if you can't, we can't stone them yet. The Most High is gonna kill them people though.
Oh no, you
End of the day.
Okay.
That's
true.
The law.
Right.
If you go by that law, and it's not no smoke, it's how you are. It's just this shit was before us. It's been already written.
So you have more? All right, who got the next question? And brother, I need you to stop. Stop engaging the crowd and engage us so that they can learn. You good? You're supposed to be here. So I just gotta keep giving you the etiquette so that we can all benefit. Who got the next question?
Okay, so can you finish out where they popped them boys in the behind?
Oh man, it's called Spell 700. You gotta look that up. I don't want that in my search history. It's called Spell 700, and it literally says he took his son and copulated in his buttocks. It literally said that because you know how people talk about chakras now. So they put hype on chakras in Egypt, except there was no such thing as chakras. That's like a training wheels to get to understand parts of the body and how the spinal column works in the nervous system, right? But people would get a sense of euphoria from hitting that quote-unquote G spot. That's gay, right? And it caused people a sense of euphoria, and they idolized that. They thought it was a ascension to Godhood, so to speak. So that's all it was they thought they were doing that and getting spiritual abilities. Look, when you talk about the Egyptians, these are the same people that was using gator shit as bandages and contraceptives. I shit you not. They was eating cum out of lettuce. Who discovered that lettuce was a flavoring agent? But they did it.
Oh, good.
You know why I believe that? I'm gonna tell you because as black people in America, the literature that we have and that we're raised off of was given to us by our slave masters. And then the real knowledge was taken and hidden from us. So when you look up knowledge and stuff about our homeland and where we come from that has been put out in the media and Wikipedia and all of that, come on, bro, you living in the belly of the beast. You believe that shit?
Are you Egyptian?
I'm actually Nation of Islam.
Okay, you Nation. So
my name Muhammad.
Hold on, let me ask him something about that. Where did we get Islam? Where did we get Islam? Where did we get Islam?
I don't think you would understand that high level of intelligence if I was to tell you.
Go ahead and try. Because I know about the Arabian slave trade and how we got Islam through that. While they was cutting our dicks off so that we wouldn't fuck their women. I know about that.
But you wouldn't know about Allat, the moon goddess in ancient Egypt.
Oh, you mean Ishtar?
No, I'm talking about A-L-L-A-T.
I'm talking about Ishtar. I'm talking about how she been there. And guess what? People was calling her Diana at one time. The crescent moon, just like this, on a little tiara on her head.
They wasn't calling her Diana at one time. The Romans, after the later, they translated their goddess into Diana. And then you got Mary that comes from that.
It's the worship of that same God.
But then you got Mary that
Mary
comes
didn't
from
come from that, brother. You can't put that on Mary.
She came from ISIS.
She didn't come from ISIS. Because you still talking about the virgin birth.
But she was titled the Virgin
ISIS didn't have sex, right?
She was titled the Virgin
ISIS didn't have sex with what's his name,
and
right?
she had a immaculate child.
Now notice he's not answering my question directly. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna be direct.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm asking you. ISIS she didn't have sex with that dude to have that immaculate conception,
well,
right?
after he died,
she had sex with his dead body.
She descended on his
She became a bird and sitting on right. So Mary doesn't come from that. When you deal with Virgin Mary, it just means she was of marriageable age. She was of a youthful marriageable age. She was primed to have children. That's what it means to be a virgin. So you got two different contexts. She had sex with Joseph. See, when you deal with the Holy Spirit coming down on Mary and overshadowing her, it just means influence.
I ain't gonna
The
lie
Holy
to y'all,
Spirit.
I did not know that Mary.
So the Holy Spirit influenced.
Joseph and Mary, that's so preschool.
We showed you.
You really believe two people walked this earth named Joseph and Mary?
No.
Okay, I don't even.
That's not how we named each other. We're dealing with Greek transliteration of the same.
Yeah, I can't see through that. That's foggy to me. I gotta see the real people.
What would have been his name?
Or Yahshua?
Nah, Yahweh Shai would be Jesus.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
He lived. Did he do
We call him
miracles?
Yahweh. And I heard Yahweh.
Did he do any
Yahweh.
miracles?
Yahweh.
Did he
Because
perform
we didn't use vowels, we use only consonants. The vowel points got introduced during the development of the Assyrian tongue and modernizing it for today. So those linguistics is all fucked up. We take out the vowel points and use consonants, then we're dealing with a language that our forefathers would have dealt with. You know what I'm saying? But when you deal with the Virgin Mary, that argument's out of there because we proved that they had sex to have that baby.
You proved that the characters Joseph and Mary in the allegorical story had sex, but you didn't prove that they existed.
But you still lost your argument though.
How?
You lost your argument because you said we got that from
Isis and
Egypt.
Osiris.
Yeah, and we proved that that's not even what that story's talking about.
But you do admit that Isis, Osiris, and Horus predated Joseph, Mary, and Jesus.
I believe it's a myth too, and I don't believe it's rooted in the truth.
So you believe that the ancient Egyptian story that's carved in hieroglyphics in stone is a myth, but the story that you talking about that you can't find no traces of, but in a paper is
what
true?
What do you mean? What do you mean we can't find traces?
It's not in hieroglyphics, it's not in stone nowhere.
What you
This
mean it's not
story?
in stone? We found it on tablets.
Where the
It's on
tablets at?
bro. We found it in our land.
Who
So
got the
look,
tablets?
so look, I'm gonna break this down
No,
real quick.
well,
No.
no.
Let me break it down, bro, because you're saying a lot with no proof, right? So when people say the Bible was written by the white man, you go into a land where the Babylonians took us from, where the Assyrians took us from, and guess what's on their walls? Pictures of niggas. If I show you this picture I got in my
I know this.
If I show you this picture I got in my phone and ask you what continent they came from, you would say Africa more than likely.
Nah, I
And
know
guess
this.
what they say? They say these is Jews. It's called the Seas of Lakesh. So if I look at that people and I say the Assyrians are saying these are the Jews, the same ones that's written up in the Bible, and these are the people that wrote the text that we reading to you today, I don't have a problem saying, look, the white man couldn't have wrote this. We did. We could follow it back to a landmass, and we could follow that language back
I'm
to
gonna
a
keep it
landmass.
real. This small book that you got right here is not the scriptures that was lost. This is what was compiled for the people to understand. This is like bubble gum.
We don't need what was
This is
lost.
not the real
We need
meat and
what was found.
potatoes.
We need what was found. We
We
got
need
enough
what
right
was
here in the
lost.
first 5 books.
Look, if somebody break into your house, you want all your stuff back, bro. You don't want to.
What's the Islam that said that they cut their dicks off and fuck their wives?
So it was as far as Islam goes, it was the Arabian slave trade, right? And it really made way for the transatlantic slave trade. When we got kicked out of our land in 70 AD, the Muslim man was able to capitalize that and attack us, causing us to flee different ways, right? Creating different tribes. And then those tribes started to war with each other. As we were being taken into captivity by this man, some of us worshiping Islam, some of us worshiping other forms of African spirituality.
What
right?
year was it?
And so because we're divided by these tribes that were created through colonization that took place before the transatlantic slave trade, the white man was able to creep in and capitalize on that, divide and conquer, right? Except he didn't have to do the dividing because it was done already. So all I'm saying is we got Islam from running from the Arabian man who was cutting our dicks off, so that when we would be enslaved, being chamberlains and things like that, guarding his women, we wouldn't be able to fuck his harems and reproduce. Because that was what it was about. They was castrating us so that we couldn't reproduce with their women. That's how we got Islam. Because because look, do you slap your girl?
Islam was spread by the Moors.
Do you
the
slap
priests
your
of
girl?
Egypt, the priests that took the knowledge from Egypt.
But the word
and they
Moor
went
is
out
a
of
general word
Egypt,
for black.
And they spread through Islam the Egyptian.
But they got that.
the scriptures. That's what
Islam didn't come from Moors, brother. The Moors got Islam and then they used it. Just like we use Christianity. You got famous ass pastors that's rich today. They wasn't given Christianity by their ancestors. They was giving it to it by somebody else, but they're still capitalizing on it. So Moor is just a general term for black. Just because those people was black and called Moors don't even mean they're from the same tribe, nation, didn't speak the same language necessary. You know what I'm saying? It just means black. If a black man walks past me now and he's from Sudan, I'm gonna be able to identify that historically he's from those original Egyptians. He's not my people. All skin folk ain't kin folk. You gotta really
Why
drop
is
this.
he not your people?
He's not my people because they're from different nations. We deal with Ham, Shem, and Japheth, meaning the Shemitic people, the Hamitic people, which is what Ham comes from. This is why you use words like Kim, right? Because the Kimetians are Hamitians, right? This is a different nation of people coming from different sons of Noah, right? You're not from the same sons of Noah.
So how do we deal with everybody else?
Everybody else got to get down and lay down at the end of the day. Watch this, because every nation has had a hand in our captivity. Let's get Isaiah 14, watch this. Isaiah 14:1. And please afford us to read the whole prophecy. This is what's going to happen. This is what has to happen. The world's not going to be right until the righteous are in authority. Right now, we ain't in no authority. We arguing over street corners that's named over people that had us in shackles. We still killing each other. We don't even have authority. We don't even rule over our spirits. We don't know how to do nothing but work our goddamn genitals. That's all we know. Right, go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, the first verse. For the Lord would have mercy on Jacob and would yet choose Israel.
First, Yahweh got to have mercy on us and choose us. Go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
Then he has to set us in our own land. Go ahead.
And the stranger shall be joined with them.
Then the stranger is going to be joined with us. In what capacity?
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're going to stick to us like glue, the same way we go to them for every goddamn thing. Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
We're going to put them in their place. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
We're going to do what?
Possess them.
We're going to do what?
Possess them.
We're going to possess them. Go ahead.
In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
We're going to possess them for servants and handmaids. They're going to get act right. The way that they tried to give us act right, the same way they taught us Islam, we're going to teach them the ways of the Most High. And the world's going to be all the better for it. That's what's going to happen to the other nations. You got a question? Brother?
Let's just say it.
Okay, come on. Who else had a question?
All right, I'm about to go there.
You about to go? Hey, we here every Saturday, brother, man. We here every Saturday. Here, real quick. It's for you.
Very nice to meet y'all, brothers, man. Very
Nah,
nice.
that's what's up, man. Hey, y'all boys are sharp.
Hey, we try, man. We try. It's all praises to the Most High. We don't know nothing without Him. You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
boys are sharp.
No, we not nothing. Preset.
Yeah, bring that out. Bring that out. All we got is because the Most High gave it. Guess what? He could black me out right now.
Right.
I won't even know how to get
Oh,
home.
you speaking this word.
The book of Luke, the 21st chapter, the 15th verse. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.